Uwe Rosenberg has been on kind of a roll lately. From the guy who gave us Bonanza and its 37 expansions came Agricola, which was a big hit. Le Havre was more than a worthy follow-up, and his third game in the so-called Harvest Trilogy has finally been released here in the US. Since the game features vegetables so prominently, we thought we'd ask Kevin here what he thought of it, but then we realized that his attention span might not be up to snuff. So I guess it's up to me. It's the burden I carry, I suppose. Each player has a T-shaped play area, around which will go his or her fields, helpers, customers, trading markets, and a cart/storehouse card. Each player starts with 10 monies and pays for one of the veggies from their shop to plant in their home field. Each round has 3 phases. The harvest phase is done by everyone at once. Turn over the top card of your field pile and put one veggie from each of your fields into your cart. To start the draw phase, anything in the discard pile is shuffled back into the deck and each player is dealt 4 cards. The starting player puts one card from his hand into the center of the table, and then each player afterwards has a choice. They can either put one card from their hand into the courtyard, or they can take one card from the courtyard and put it into their playing area along with one card from their hand, which ends their part in the draw phase. The last player to have played cards gets the big starting player token, and the second to last gets the smaller one. In a 3-player game, the player without a token goes last. Things are a bit more hairy in the 4-player game, though. The 2 players with the tokens each choose a non-token player to partner up with, and each player can only interact with their partner for the remainder of the round. This has the added benefit of allowing 2 people at once to take their turns. But enough talk. Let's have some actions. Trade a veggie. If you have a trader market in your play area, you can trade some of your veggies for some of his. Sow a veggie. Take one veggie from your cart and plant it in one of your fields, filling the field with extra veggies from the supply. Buy or sell veggies. Each player has a local shop they can buy or sell veggies from. Play a helper. Pick a helper from your play area, do what it says, and then discard it. Buy a 2-pack. Once during the action phase, you can pay cash equal to the number of helpers or trading markets you have in your play area in order to draw the top 2 cards from the draw pile, choosing to keep one or both of them. If you keep both of them, put one on top of the other. The second card isn't considered to be in play until the top card is used up. Deliver veggies. There are 2 types of customers, regular and casual. From the time they're placed, regular customers expect to be delivered veggies exactly once per round for 4 rounds straight, paying a certain amount to you for each delivery. If you miss a round, that's alright, but every round you miss after that will cost you 2 monies. Casual customers are just like that, but they only get 1 delivery and it can be whenever you want. They also pay a base amount of cash, give or take some, depending on the ratio of your current casual to regular customers. With the action phase done, move any leftover veggies from your cart to your storehouse. Unless you're a super logistical man and have managed to make use of everything you have, you'll find that the basic storehouse is woefully inadequate, so you'll want to pay 2 cash pretty much right away to upgrade it. Finally, you can pay 1 money to buy a point on the scoring track, with each further point this round costing that amount. You can take out loans at any time during the game for 5 cash, but at the end of the game it'll cost you 1 point per loan and they can never be repaid, so choose wisely. The game goes for 9 rounds and the winner is the one with the most points at the end. If there's a tie, whoever has the most cash wins. After that, then whoever's the most handsome wins, so don't get into a double tiebreaker with me, if you know what I'm saying. So by now you're probably saying to yourself, hey there, self, where the heck is the part where players actually interact with each other? There isn't any. Okay, that's kind of a fib. There's a bit. But even more so than Princes of Pantaloons, this game is practically a textbook example of multiplayer solitaire. Princes at least has auctions you can partake in to screw other players out of the stuff they want. But the only way here to directly interact with other players is through the helper cards. If that's okay with you, then you'll have a good time puzzling out your deliveries each round. The drafting mechanic is nice since it lets you roughly guide your destiny through the game. The 2-pack scenario is a little weak though, in that you pay for the cards before you draw them. But unless you're stacked with trading markets or helpers, and it's really only 1 or 2 monies, which isn't that bad in the scheme of things. As long as you know what you're in for, then the game is a good time for what it is. It's not nearly as option heavy as Agricola or Le Havre, but it's definitely something that 4 decently speedy players can play while shooting the stuff about how awesome Mad Men is or something like that. Just don't make it your main course for the game night. Veggies aren't always that filling.